And a guest in the studio this
Yes,
morning.
indeed.
Mr. Jim Curtice, the Yakima County Coroner. Jim Curtice. Good morning, Jim. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, excellent.
Wish you were here under different circumstances,
Yeah.
Jim.
Oh, absolutely. I get that a lot.
Jim, we're here because of our overdose deaths. 75 last year, many tied to the drug fentanyl. What'd you say? 36, I think, this year. So, what's going on, Jim?
So we're right at 37 this year. At the end of April.
Yeah, get right up to that mic. You got to, as
sorry.
they say in the biz, eat the mic. So,
So the end of April last year, we were at 25 confirmed overdose deaths. Currently, we're at 37, either suspected and or confirmed. So suspected means that we found something on scene that would lead us to believe that toxicology probably was the culprit or drugs. And so it's once we get the toxicology back, it'll give us the information that we need to determine which drugs it is or not. A lot of times we can do some preliminary testing with urine and kind of point us in the right direction if it's fentanyl versus methamphetamine.
The numbers that we see, are these compared to other cities, counties, our size? Are we way over the
We are
the
higher.
norm?
Yeah, we are elevated, most definitely. So, I put in numbers into the King County Medical Examiner's office. There's like 14 different counties that are part of this, and we're one of them. And we are, as of the last newsletter I got was in middle of April, and we're with overdose deaths in comparison to size. We're just above or right at with Pierce County. So our population obviously is a lot smaller than Pierce County's is. So we do have quite a problem here. So I just wanted to kind of bring awareness. I'm hoping that the demographics is it could be as young in mid-teens to and people in their late 60s.
You have to deal with these families, don't you? I mean, you're
Yeah,
talking with these families that are having to deal with this, right? I mean, what's that like? I mean,
I truly believe if the decedent, the person who had passed, could see the pain that it is going through the families after their passing, I really think they would probably make some different decisions. All that being said, fentanyl or even opiates in general, it's a pretty powerful medication, and it's a great tool for pain management. For recreational use, it is not. That's why we're having so many people pass from.
Well,
this.
isn't that part of the problem? I mean, a lot of people get these things because they're coming out of the hospital or whatever, and they use it for pain, and then all of a sudden they find themselves addicted to it, right?
Correct. And there's a percentage of that happens to where they are, in fact.
Legitimately introduced to the drugs, right? I mean,
right.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, after they don't need it for pain management anymore, they choose to go to the street and to get that same feeling or the same for the opiates. And so what we're finding is that some of these drugs that they're able to get on the street, they're made to look like we've heard of the Perk 30s.
Right.
We've also seen them look like Xanax bars, and basically they're counterfeit. So the person may think that they're buying, although illicitly, think they're buying a pharmaceutical grade pill. But what we're turning out when we find them on scene, we'll send them to the Washington State toxicology or crime lab to have them analyzed, and they'll come back with fentanyl. They've come back with Tylenol and fentanyl. It's like someone's mixing all this stuff into a blender and then putting it in a press and then selling it.
and the people that are buying it think that it has known limited quantities based on it looking like a regular pharmaceutical that is a controlled production and all of that. So they're truly being blindsided, right?
Oh yeah, I believe some of these people are. Some people I think are buying them knowing that it does have fentanyl and they're willing to take the chance. But the majority of the people, I believe, think that they're buying a pharmaceutical grade pill, and so they may have taken numerous or, numerous times before and never had any adverse reactions or got the desired effect that they wanted. Then they get a pill that it has a considerable amount of fentanyl in it. We're getting toxicology back where people have 5, 6, 7 times a lethal dose of fentanyl in it. And so the one pill or whatever they used has such a high dose that they don't even have a chance. And Narcan's out there, and we have found some decedents with Narcan right next to them, sitting next to them.
Wow.
But it's good that it's out there if there's another person that's with them. If they're by themselves and they're using this drug and then feel that if they get too beyond the point where they think they're in trouble, that they can use the Narcan. By that point, it's too late. They're unable to administer themselves the Narcan.
KIT News Time, 7:55, talking to Yakima County Coroner Jim Curtice. Jim, I watch, because they're just fascinating. I watch a lot of the intervention programs, and it just, man, I mean, if there was some magical words or some magical action that these families could take, you'd think that they would do it to help their family members. What do you say? How do we? What do we say? Is there anything that you can say to help families out there try to deal with this or try to head this off in any way?
So a lot of it, hopefully prevention would be the most, and that's part of the reason why I want to be on the radio today. Is if you see something, or if your family member is acting different than normal or has history of using opiates, kind of be more aware. And what we're finding on scene is a lot of times we'll find tinfoil. So if you're finding tinfoil in somebody's bedroom, that's kind of a weird place to have it. So that's and straws. And so basically they'll put the drug on the tinfoil, heat it up, it off gases. They inhale the drug that is being off gassed. It goes into the lungs, directly into the capillaries, and so into the bloodstream fairly quickly. And some of these people are unfortunately passing so quickly that we found actually the paraphernalia still in their hands.
Wow.
Yeah, they've so that's what I'm saying. If they have Narcan next to them, they won't have the opportunity to administer to themselves. They can't.
Okay, you find this foil. Do you call the police? What's the action there?
I would say you call the police, confront the person without being judgmental. Fentanyl or opiates are such an addictive drug that the people get that are addicted to it. Being mad at them, that you are not going to change anything. Trying to find them help is definitely a good source. You can contact local law enforcement and let them know to get rid of this stuff. Or if you do find the pills that shouldn't be there, that is not prescribed to them, I would contact law enforcement and let them know, and so they can confiscate them, take them in.
And a lot of these drugs are from some of the drugs, I suppose, are from medicine cabinets, right? Grandkids visiting grandpa and grandma.
Yeah.
Notice that they got opioids in the medicine cabinet or whatever, right? I mean, those another way so get rid of those in the medicine cabinet.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's one thing we haven't seen a lot, thankfully, where kids, they get into everything.
Yeah.
And they haven't got into
Good.
Yeah. So that's very good. But yeah, if anything that's, I got some, Vicodin was prescribed to somebody, 2 years ago. They keep it on their cabinet we need to get rid of that stuff. We have lots of, like this was a past weekend or 2 weeks ago where the drug drop-off sites. I believe the sheriffs and YPD. I believe they have
they have drop-off sites right in front of their entrances.
Yep. And there's no questions asked. You just come and drop them in there, and it's taken care of.
Well, I guess all we can really do for a good majority of us is just pray for our valley.
Oh, absolutely,
man. We know that you've got a tough job in this, and we want to talk to you on a regular basis, Jim. So we'll definitely be talking to you. Mid next month, and just kind of let's track this and see if the numbers go up or go down, and just continue to make people aware out here. I guess talking about it, making people aware, the best that we can do.
Absolutely, and I appreciate that, because I think the more it's out there, the more education we can put out there, I believe we're still going to have, unfortunately, people will demise to this drug or to whatever drug that they're using. It's not just fentanyl. I mean, we're seeing methamphetamine. We've had alcohol overdose deaths. We've had, I mean, so it's, but the majority of it is I believe the counterfeit fentanyl that's being put out there, and I truly believe if we find a family member that is using this and we confront them, try to get them help, there's lots of help out there, and then just follow through with it. It's a very powerful drug, and obviously it's very addictive.